guys obviously started the Penn State game. Did you feel like there was any sign that might happen again today with just that flat kind of offensively?
Not really. We've had two of our probably better days of prep and practice. So, sometimes you can normally have a little bit of an inkling or a feel if you're going to be flat or just not have it. And I definitely didn't have that coming into today. So, we got to figure that out because that's a mentality thing. 100%. It's are you ready to compete from the jump? And for whatever reason, I just felt like, they brought the fight to us. And, against good teams, you can't always rely on being able to come back or, rely on the crowd to get you back in the game or figuring out as the game unfolds. You got to dictate more. And they did a much better job of just playing with force, and got us on our heels. We just never, it just snowballed. We never were able to regroup.
You said that before, that you kind of are who you are. You guys have trailed a lot this season, and come back and you had 5 wins, I think, when you guys were trailing, at halftime. So
yeah, well,
you're used to.
We had an opportunity. I think it was like around 5, maybe in the second half, and I just told him we're probably gonna have one more crack to get back in it, and that was about as close as we got. And we just kind of played uncharacteristic, on offense to have only 12 assists and 18 turnovers, and some of the plays we haven't made in a long time. It kind of reminded me more beginning of the year. We'll have to look at the film, but it just felt like the movement was just delayed. We were just a step slow on everything, and then defensively, we never got into a rhythm against what they were doing.
And what did you feel like the issue was defensively? Clearware, I think, at 26.
Yeah.
48.
Yeah, no, he did. He's obviously really good, really talented. He's got good size. He's got really good skill. I think we got him going early with a couple of those buckets, and when he's going 3 or 4 from 3, I think it was, or 2 or 3 from 3, it doesn't help with the rhythm. And they do a good job finding those guys. They do a good job playing inside out, and we knew that coming into the game. I thought to get Renew in foul trouble in the first half was going to be an advantage for us, and we never were able to take advantage of it.
With Pharrell, obviously, he hit the ground hard there, and you had him out for quite a long time. And is that something that he's been just dealing with all season and just trying to play through it?
Yeah, I think tonight, I don't know if the hit flared it up, but popped back in, and I thought he finished it decent. But that happens this time of year. A lot of guys are banged up, and you just got to find a way to keep fighting. And to his credit, he wanted to go back in. He didn't want to sit out. He wanted to keep playing. And that's just the type of mentality he has. So we got a quick turnaround, be able to regroup, and get ready for Saturday.
And were you okay with the volume of 3-pointers, even though if you were shooting one?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look, obviously, and see what the film was. There's a couple that I thought were ones we've taken all year that just didn't fall. We'll have to see if there's ones that we either were shot it too quick or we could attack in a closeout and force the issue a little bit. But I thought, a lot of those were rhythm threes that we've taken and making throughout the year. And the worst thing you want to do now is all of a sudden change what you're doing. I think the biggest thing is you can't always determine if shots are going to fall. You got to be able to rely on your defense, and just for whatever reason, we could never get a rhythm defensively. And I thought that carried over to poor offense today.
Parker got called for that charge when he made the layup there. Do you get any kind of explanation on that one?
No, they just told me it was charge. That was it.
Anything else?
When you just see the way that Parker's been playing, the last 2 home games, and your season's not over yet, and this is it for him, but his season's not over. Is there any way to just pocket that, like the energy that he brings? And
yeah, no, he's been great. There's been times, it's been tough to keep him off the floor. Like last game, we went to the big lineup just because I wanted him out there because I thought he had energy. And same thing tonight. Led us in scoring, but he had some juice to him. He had a little fight to him. He was getting by guys. He was being active defensively. So yeah, no, there's areas we got to find ways to kind of get him more minutes. But he was good. He was good after the game, just talking to guys about We got to learn from it. We got to flip it, but we got to have a little bit better fight, especially to start games.
What's the message to the guys now? You have Northwestern, then you have one final push in the league tournament next week, so you still have a chance at postseason play, regardless of what it is. So what's your message?
Yeah, no, we gotta watch this a little bit and figure out, just what areas we need to be better in and be able to flip it pretty quickly, because Northwestern is a tough, scrappy team. I know they took Michigan State to the wire tonight, and they're undermanned, and I think they've played pretty well being undermanned. And so we got to know what we're going into, and we've got to have just more urgency for sure on Saturday if we want to give ourselves a chance. And it's an opportunity to right a wrong. You win that game, it makes up for this one, and now you've got momentum going into the Big Ten tournament. So we've got to look at it from both ways. We got to get better, but then we also got to be positive and rebound the right way.
And do you feel like the heavy minutes for the guards play the factor? All three of those guys, 38 plus.
Yeah, a little bit. I was a little concerned without Braden in there, and it's hard. You're asking a lot of those guys on both sides of the ball. Especially Elijah, who's probably gone the distance the last couple games. But we'll have to kind of figure that out. Where we can get those guys subs. I tried to rotate them early a little bit in the second half just to get them, a couple minutes to about the 15-minute mark, and then let them go the rest of the way. So we'll have to find ways to steal a couple minutes here and there.
What is the update on Braden?
Just it's day to day. With the concussion, it's day to day, and we'll see how he feels tomorrow. That one's kind of out of my hands on that. I know he's itching to get back in, and I think he's be sooner than later. But again, that's all concussion protocol and kind of how his body responds. So we'll see tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.